The Arizona Center for Disability Law presents Dispute Resolution Options. Due process hearings. Due process hearings may be necessary when a parent is unable to resolve a disagreement with the school through another dispute resolution option. A due process hearing is conducted by an administrative law judge. Both the parent and the school can present evidence, including offering their own witnesses, questioning the other side's witnesses, and making legal arguments. The judge listens to the evidence and then issues a written decision. Here are 4 examples of when a due process hearing might be an appropriate dispute resolution option. 1. You believe your child has a qualifying disability and should receive special education services through an IEP, but the school disagrees. 2. You believe your child needs different services or a different level of placement than the school is willing to provide. 3. The school suspended or expelled your child for conduct that you believe to be related to your child's disability, but the school says the conduct is unrelated to the disability and will not allow your child to return to school. 4. You do not believe your child is ready to graduate, but the school is insisting they graduate after 4 years of high school. In order to request a due process hearing, a due process complaint must be filed. A due process complaint can only be filed by the parents of a student with a disability, an adult student with a disability, or the school of a student with a disability. The laws and issues in a due process case can be complicated. While you are not required to be represented by an attorney in order to file a due process complaint, it is a good idea to seek legal advice before deciding to pursue due process, or before submitting a due process complaint. If you do decide to file a due process complaint, you must file no later than 2 years from the date you knew or should have known about the violation. If a due process hearing is held, any decision made in that hearing is final. However, the losing party can appeal the decision by filing a lawsuit in a state or federal court. Such an appeal must be filed within 35 days of the judge's decision. It's important to remember that choosing to file a due process complaint does not necessarily mean that you will have to go to a hearing in order to resolve your dispute. Many due process complaints are resolved before reaching the hearing stage. There is even a resolution period built into the due process timeline, when the school is required to meet with you to try to resolve your complaint without the need for a hearing. Before signing a resolution or settlement agreement, it's a good idea to review our video on settlement agreements in addition to seeking legal advice. You can find the settlement agreement video and more information about due process hearings at azdisabilitylaw.org or by calling the Arizona Center for Disability Law at 800-922-1447. Funding for this video provided by the Arizona Developmental Disabilities Planning Council.